Hey, all right. You're listening to the Deadman's Tome podcast, a show that's broadcast live from a trailer park deep in the heart of Meth County, Texas. I'm your host, MrDeadman, and we have a sponsor tonight. We have a sponsor, Angie's Trailer Park Bathwater. Let me go ahead and pull up this. This is real news. This is not fake. This is real. Angie's Trailer Park Bathwater, ladies and gentlemen. When this product first came on the market, it was quickly pulled down because people got sick, like swamp ass, like no matter what kind of sick. But the company grew wise to a certain fact that apparently people reported that they lost weight. So it's a weight loss supplement now. Yeah. Okay, there you go. So, hey, if you're looking to lose weight real fast, maybe help build up your immune system during this COVID time, get Trailer Park Bathwater. Angie's Trailer Park Bathwater. Anyway, with that out of the way,
That's so gross.
let's go ahead and do this. We got Kybus, co-host in training. I think he's doing pretty well. And we also have Jon Goddie. How's it going?
Doing all right, man.
You're good.
So, I understand. See, normally I ask, who are you and what do you do? But I think tonight I should just cut to the chase. You deal death? What is a death dealer?
In terms of death dealer, I sell dead things. Anything to do with death or the tools of death, I'm your guy. You looking for a skull? I got it. You need a casket? I got it.
Oh, I like that. You're looking for a skull. I got it. That's cool.
Not mine.
Joe, where do you find these marvelous things, these skulls and stuff? Like, can anyone find a skull, I guess rob a grave, and find a skull and like sell it to you? I mean, like, how does it work?
You can. I mean, there's legal aspects to it. Of course, there's states that don't allow it. But, of course, don't go grave robbing. I mean, you're going to get in trouble with that. But most of the skulls that I get my hands on are either through line on VIP forums and other ways is through estate sales, medical personnel that have passed away and their families just selling all their quote-unquote junk. That's pretty much how I acquire most of my dead things. I also have friends that are in the mortuary, and they will buy out old funeral homes, and they'll sell me a box for $100, and they'll have old medical tools in it or funeral tools in it, embalming tools. And that's pretty much how I acquire that. Anybody can really acquire it if you have the stomach for it.
If you have the stomach for it. And go ahead, Kybus.
Oh, well, I've known John for a while now, probably over, a year, John? But, I never really asked you, like, how did you get into this?
I actually grew up in it. My mom grew up in a funeral home / ambulance service home in the 60s and grew up with the stories. And my grandparents knew other parents of parents. And down the line, I grew up with several young kids my age that their fathers and their mothers ran funeral homes. So sleepovers became at the mortuary. And, in the 90s, to 80s to 90s, it was you got a homing headquarters that was attached or above the funeral home. So, it was a place to sleep. You slept in the caskets. You rolled around in the hearse. You were dropped off at school in the hearse. So, just pretty much grew up with it, and that's kind of how I got into it. I've always had a sense of morbid to it. I mean, if you grow up skating, you're going to skate. If you grow up biking, you're going to bike. I grew up in funeral homes, so I'm all about death and macabre and funeral stuff.
Man, that is pretty cool. You got to say, you must have had the cool house, like all the kids wanted to play at, right?
No, not at all.
No? Maybe I'm the wrong sort of kid. Maybe I'm a little warped in the head. I would think like all the kids would want to play at the house where they have coffins that you can hide in. Imagine hide and seek there, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of hide and seek, plenty of the cold slab stuff, and the rooms that you're not allowed to be in. Of course, we were in, and being young and dumb, we really didn't realize or understand the business until we were older. So, but yeah, we did a lot of things we weren't supposed to do, and we were the creepy kids. Nobody wanted to hang out with us. I mean, that's why we pretty much stuck to our own kind.
They're like the real goths, not the fake ones that dress all black or dress all
Yeah,
Hot
you
Topic.
think you're
Yeah,
God?
I've been told that.
I sell skulls.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
That's
That, like,
interesting.
that lifestyle is very intriguing. And it's something you
Yeah,
kind of
it's
you grow up with, so it's like second nature to you. It is like you live it, you breathe it. That's cool.
It is, yeah. It's a part of my life. It's Halloween at my house, 365.
Man, there's chicks that are really into that stuff too. Like that gets their panties wet, you know. Oh man. Okay, so another way to look at this, you kind of live the Addams Family, the monster sort of lifestyle, kind of. I mean, did you? Did you have like vampires or some sort of monster thing, or like a Frankenstein monster?
No, I wish it was like that. No, it's still pretty modern. I mean, we do have the skeletons that we put out in the yard. I mean, we're known as the Ghoul family. You know, I got 2 hearses in the driveway, and like I said, we have the skeletons out in the yard. I probably have 15 to 16, almost 18 skeletons, and we switch them up every month. And I let the kids, you know, everybody stops by, takes pictures. So we're just that family. I mean, they know us well by the weird family on the on the street. But I wish we had lurch. I wish I had all that, but it's not like that. We don't sleep in caskets. But however, we have before. I do own a few that we put a mattress in, and we tote it around the car shows and let people play in it. But I wish it was spooky like that. I wish it was.
Can you make them comfortable?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, of course you can. Yeah. You just. I've got a real good friend in Travis County that actually builds them, and every now and then we will donate one to a family in need. But yeah, we could take. I mean, the caskets that come today come from Mexico, and really it's just designed just to lay the dead. But you can pull all that stuff out, and you can buy the really expensive box. You can buy a mattress or just foams or whatever. Anything's cuttable now. You wrap it up in a blanket or pull over and stick it down in there. I mean, they're real comfortable. You could sleep in them.
Man,
I gotta ask, John, have you ever had any instances where you got like a skull or part of a human skeleton and like, they got it by less than legal means, and then like the cops came looking or something?
No. I mean, I try to keep things legal and legitimate. I've never really been stopped or asked for anything. I do drive around in a hearse. I do have a casket in it. It's pretty legit with my plates on it. I will tell you, long story short, long time ago, I did used to pull a casket trailer behind my truck before we got into the hearse. And I did get pulled over a few times. Like, man, what's going on with this? And, short story becomes a laugh. And you tell people, man, I'm just toting my grandmother around with me, blah, blah, blah. But the true story is we go to car shows a lot, and it's just a trailer. You just tote all your stuff, barbecue pits, tents, chairs, everything. And I think I was the only one there doing it for a while. I mean, that stuff's still online. It's funny to come across it and see the casket trailer. It's long gone.
Man, so wait, car shows are. I mean, when you go to the car show, is it also about death too? I mean, is it a whole theme?
There is the hearse union, I guess you could say,
Hearse
is
union.
bigger. Okay. Yeah, it's people that love old cars, people that love the funeral coach and what they're about. I'd say 80 to 85% of them are actually funeral directors, but majority of them are just coach lovers. And I mean, the car shows that they throw, like Hearse Fest, it's huge. It's bigger than any car show I've ever been to. It's bigger than Heat Wave. It's bigger than these mini trucking shows, these old mom and pop shows. I mean, it's a huge market. There's more hearse out there than there is rat rods. I will tell you that.
You're not shitting me either. You're not shitting
No,
me.
I'm not. No, sir. You can look it up. You can Google it. Google Hearse Fest, and it's huge.
I like the name Hearse Fest. I was like, no way.
Hearse Fest, yeah.
I gotta give me a hearse.
I mean,
That'd be great.
I mean, you could Facebook market, and hearse comes up all over the place. There is pages upon pages on Facebook of hearse lovers, hearse owners, hearse parts, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And when I first got on there, just a handful where I'm located pinged up. I mean, there's 15 people out here that own cars that are hearses near me, and they all get together and hang out at Walmart or hang out at this park. You know, they just have little hearse get-togethers. And, you know, we really screw them up when they call me and want a casket for their hearse. And, you know, I'm the casket guy, so I'll meet you at Walmart, and here I am pulling this casket out of mine to put in theirs. It kills everybody. I mean, they're like, what the hell is going on? Is there a body in there? Blah, blah, blah. But it's great.
Man. I mean, that's a good icebreaker. I mean, that's a good way to get people to notice you.
By the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is there anything you make besides, like, I know you said something about the lamps. He makes lamps out of skulls, but is there anything else like you use from a skeleton to make something like, you know, like table legs or something really interesting?
Well, I really haven't gotten into that because there's really, I feel, I could be wrong there. I've seen chairs made. I've seen stuff made. Of course, there's a preference there. My stuff is all about beautifying. I don't want you to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and stump your toe on a femur and then kick it, break it, and be mad. I mean, that was genuinely somebody.
Yeah.
So if I get something that's been in a box and I have to blow dust off of it, I'm going to turn it into something beautiful. It's going to sit on your table. It's going to sit on your wall. I pretty much put everything in a closed case, shadow box type, to where it can't be tampered with or continue to, I wouldn't say decay, but bone does kind of powder. So I'm all about beautifying things. I'm all about the respect and the love of the person. I mean, yeah, I know they're gone, but still somebody, that was somebody. So I'm not really into the furniture making.
Okay,
yeah.
So not the furniture, but by the way, a lot of the lamp discussion kind of happened before the show, kind of pre-show stuff. Let's go a little detail. So you actually make a full-on lamp out of a human skull.
Yep.
And it functions like you plug it into an outlet. Like, are we talking about like candle lamp or like?
No. This is more of a shadow box lamp. It's a light puck that takes like 3 AA batteries. And it has a remote, and it is remote control. It could be any color you want, from like a real bright lamp. I mean, it'll light up a room to, you know, a blue or a red or a green, or you can have it fade in and out, or just change colors and flash. I mean, it's real simple. And then you just take the backing off if you need to change the batteries. I mean, everything's easy to get to.
Wow.
That's
now,
cool.
How much do one of those bad boys cost?
Oh, goodness.
It depends from anywhere betteen $800 to $1,200 to $1,500. And my thing is, when I get something like this, because I do get them so cheap, a major portion, if not all, goes to suicide prevention or awareness.
Wow.
So it's really a nonprofit kind of thing that we do. We're all about giving back.
Oh, that's nice.
So anything bone setting, yeah. Well, I appreciate that. It's something we picked up because we've lost a lot of friends in the past 5-6 years. A lot more so in the past 3 years, and then just recently this week, I lost a friend to suicide.
Oh,
so it's something that'll always be. Yeah, it's hard, but
I don't know.
It's something that'll always be on our heart.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, sorry to hear, man.
I
don't know the
appreciate
person.
that. Thank you.
I'll add an extra shot of Spey River in my glass. There we go. I'm sorry, man. But
thank you. I appreciate it.
You're paying it forward though with the suicide prevention, like donating, towards it. Hope it helps. I'm sure it will.
I would like to. Yeah, I would like to think it does. I mean, that's why we do it, really.
Yeah,
That's good. You know, there's not enough people that do that stuff anymore, so I think it adds up. You know, it's good.
I agree. And
So, there is.
I know we're on the. I know we're on the.
Oh
No,
what?
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. So there really is
Okay.
a lot of money to be made in death killing. Like
Yes, yes.
Hey, look at that.
Yes, there is.
And is it saturated with a lot of dealers, or is it just kind of like an odd sort of underground thing?
No, it's pretty open. The majority of the underground stuff would be, like being on a VIP form. Now, I wouldn't go as far as the black market because these guys are legit. They have their paperwork. They make sure it's legal. They make sure that they know they're not selling to people in these illegal states to own human remains. But this type of crew that I work with are just like me. They jump from estate sale to estate sale. And then I've got buddies that are in the mortuary field that jump from mortuaries that have shut down, funeral homes that are going under. They'll buy them, and they'll buy all new stuff, run the building, and they'll sell or give away for charity purposes, which usually I get it, because I donate to charity. So I'll just go through all of it, put a tag on it, and it could be anything from, I think the oldest piece I have is an embalming glass from the 1940s. So there's people that love that stuff, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. It still has a little nipple on top, and that's the glass that's usually the piece that breaks off. It makes that glass not worth anything. So, I try to find the most rare stuff to sell to my friends online, or someone will come to me saying, "Hey, I'm looking for this type of tonic poison bottle. Do you know somebody? Do you have one?" Actually, I do. So that's how we deal. We go back and forth, and we'll mark it up. That way my friend makes money and my charity makes money. And really the guy's just really covering shipping. But clients are always happy.
Hey, that's good. You got to keep them happy.
Yeah, of course.
Keep
They keep
them
coming back.
happy. You're selling them dead stuff.
Yep.
Have you ever had any instances where you thought something was haunted, like a piece, or just whatever?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I think, and I'm going to be a little twisted here. I think if you, what's the best way to say it? I don't believe in items and artifacts being haunted. Yes, some do kind of give off a gloom. They do look a little scary, I guess you could say. For instance, holding a skull that's got a big crushed in head. You would think, man, this person was murdered, and you're holding that person's skull. Yeah, you would get a sense of feeling on it, but I don't believe in spirits haunting artifacts, so I just don't carry on with it. Now, if somebody else believes in that and they feel that they bought something for me and it was haunted, by all means, that's you. That's your person's. That's your
return.
Yeah.
I would imagine the spirit.
pretty much.
I would imagine that the spirit may have better things to do than haunt. I don't know, like a piece of them. They can haunt someone else. Maybe I don't know. You could go prank some
I don't know either.
True,
I'm sure one day we'll know, but I wouldn't want to haunt anybody. That's just me.
Well, depends on what sort of mood I am when I die. Like especially if I'm old and cranky. Oh yeah, man, I'm haunting. I'm haunting as much as I can, just to be a dick. But it depends, right? It depends on where you are in your life when you die.
I guess you could put it that way. If I were to haunt anybody, it would be females in the shower. That's who I'm haunting. Let's do this.
See, yeah, girl locker room. College girl locker room. Okay, gotta specify. Okay. It'd be great. The shower's extra cold tonight. I don't know what to tell you. It's haunted. Anyway, so now are the with the surge of death because of COVID and all of that, I imagine that you're gonna have like a lot of skulls, a lot of bodies to buy. Right?
Well, no, it don't work like that.
Doesn't work that
a lot of the skulls and bones that are coming about is going to be old stuff.
Okay.
Reason why I say that is the medical field used real bones for anatomy before resin skulls came out, before plastic skulls come out for medical use. So we're talking stuff from the 20s down to probably the 80s. Maybe even the 90s is when real human skulls stopped being used in the medical field. Now, don't get me wrong, there are still professors that still use the real human skull. And I'm sure someday down the road it'll be for sale when that person passes, or passes it down to a family member that needs money for rent and then sells it. So that's majority how it happens.
Because I was curious about that, because I hear that there's a lot of unclaimed bodies, even more so because of a lot of people dying due to overdoses, and no one claims the body. The family doesn't claim the body because I guess the family doesn't know anything, So I guess those bodies are just used for medical uses, or are they? I mean, I hope they're not just dumped. That's kind of a waste.
No, not anymore. For what I have been told, those that are not, and I'm glad you brought that up because that comes up with something else that I also do. Those that aren't claimed, as you said, normally they are cremated. And what my wife and I do yearly is I will adopt a body to be cremated, and they will give it to us, and we will spread it. We will do the nice things, not knowing the person. It's always a Jane Doe or a John Doe because they're unclaimed. But when you buy it, it helps facilitate the business. And they do. I mean, it's expensive to do. I mean, with the process of doing it, but just in New York, reading about Hart Island, they just mass grave buried everybody that were unclaimed, and there are people that do that. But the state of Texas, for what I know from my friends that own mortuaries here, there's a lot of pro bono work. There's a lot of stuff that they do for the community for free, and every now and then, people like myself or others that are real big and involved in charities, we will adopt a body, because what they do is with the remains is they just dispose of it, eco-friendly wise. We will actually adopt and love it and, share it, move, give it to the trees, take it on a kayak trip with us, take it to the beach, put some in the water, stuff like that. So we have a heart for those that have passed. We try.
Oh, that's cool.
So you do mean the cremated ashes, right? Not just a body on the beach.
No. EPA standards don't allow you to bring grandma home, but
I would imagine not. That would be a sight. Why is there a corpse right there on the beach? Grandma's getting a tan.
Yeah, I guess I should have clarified that. They are cremated.
It's interesting to me that... Oh, sorry, go ahead, John. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I'm rambling on. But being in the oddities business, I do save a few vitals, and I will sell them for $20, to let somebody else put it in their curio cabinet or paint with it or whatever. Not all of it, some of it.
That's a good way to make a buck. I mean, I never really thought about getting into the oddity business, but this seems pretty interesting. Sometimes when I have guests like this, I'm like, it's like I'm putting I want to dip my toe in the water.
You're in the wrong business.
Yeah, I am. Publishing? Who reads anymore? I should be reselling dead things. That's what I should do. I should sell dead things. But it takes a stomach for, right? It's not for everybody. Like, you have to, because you see dead bodies. You've seen dead bodies in your life. You handle dead bodies in your life, right? I mean, you just...
I don't handle... growing up, I saw them, and I saw them handled. I have done clinicals, I guess you could say, with my friends. Like how you would do a ride-out with a police officer, I do ride-outs with my friends. We will pick up a deceased person, or I'll sit in while they embalm, or I'll sit in while they, defrost one so they can take prints. It's still... and just for the record, because there's going to be people that listen here and go, what the hell? I'm like, it is extremely passionate, professional. It's very caring for the person. I'm not just somebody just looking in going, oh my God, that's fucking cool. Sorry that I cussed. But,
okay. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm not like that at all. I actually help out. Now, people are asking all the time, well, how come you don't get in the field? How come you're not a funeral director, and how come you don't do this? Honestly, because you don't get paid enough. I mean, you could change oil at Walmart and get paid more than an embalmer, and that's sad. That's really sad to say, but it's true. I mean, I make more money being a mechanic and just helping my friends on the side and watch them make what they make. But the funeral business, if you own it, go ahead.
I was say, hey, that's good for both worlds. You could work on the hearses, you can work on the hearses, make sure they're functional.
Exactly. Oh yeah. That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to get these things run. Well, I mean, they do run now, but when I first got them, they weren't.
By the way, for those listening, watching the live stream, that right now is an image of the hearse, and they look great, and they're fully functional. Like, you drive these things, they look like a boat. By the way, like, these things look long.
Yeah, I call it a land yacht. That's what it is.
A land yacht.
Man, have you thought about getting? Oh man, would you like to get one of those like the Monster style cars? Would you like to get one of them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love. I grew up watching all of them, every single one of them, and I've got the model cars that I put together with my kids, and this is the coolest thing ever. I would love to own one of those, and a few of them have popped up, but they're just a little pricey.
Got to sell more dead things. Got to sell more skull lamps, and you get there.
It's interesting that what you do, John, is the oddity thing is considered like a legitimate business, but I don't know if it's just the U.S., but it's probably worldwide. But there's nowhere I've ever heard of where you could get a person taxidermied. Like, that's completely illegal. You can't get grandma stuffed.
No, you can't. You can't. Now, I will say, I do have a corpse. I got it at an estate sale. He's head, torso, and half a pelvis, and he's got a story and all that good stuff. I mean, he is plaster sized. He was. I think I want to say it was the 1800s, 1880 something. I can't remember. I don't have it in front of me, but. Yeah, he was hung. He was 27 years old. They put him in a vault inside of a tomb. Then they exhumed him due to misidentification. The medical personnel that exhumed him, he was in such great shape, just nothing wrong with him, just pretty much petrified everything. Took him to his lab, and his kids dissected him for years and years and years, and it came about to some medical research facility here in Texas, Gatesville to be exact, which is right up the road from me. And the person passed away in the 40s, and I went to an estate sale, and we were there for a few hours, and I saw a box up in a closet, and I said, "Hey, what's in the box?" And the guy was like, "I don't know. It's been up there forever." So bought the box for $50 and came home with a corpse.
Whoa.
Wow.
You didn't even know what was in the box?
It's got all the stamps. I'm sorry?
Did you know what was in the box before you bid on it, or before you bought it?
Oh yeah, I went through it. I mean, I thought it was one of those just man-made wax corpse thingies, and no, it's got a folder with all its papers in it and everything. Wow. Yeah. So it's legit. So he is sitting in a 1889 Victoria child's viewing casket that I acquired through a friend of mine that bought it at a at a haunted house.
Nice.
So yeah, that's his forever home.
Man, if there was ever going to be an item that's haunted, it should be that, right?
You would think it would, and I mean even my children aren't afraid of it. It is the scariest looking thing, but it's just got a sense of comfort. It's at home.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's different.
Now, what about these? Out of all the skulls and body parts you've collected, what are some of the strange ones? The ones with the most sort of like, I guess, twisted story, most even heartfelt story.
A partial, and it's a real sad story because of what I did to it before I knew the story. This was another incident that I bought a big box of junk, and it was wrapped within this and wrapped within that. So I found this human partial that was cut, and a buddy of mine owns a curiosity shop out here in Waco, and she has been dipping her animal skulls and making crystals. I was like, you know what? Here, check this out. dip this. Let's put some crystals on this thing. This thing's cool. So she did, and it turned out really nice. And I bought a crystal bed little thing from another friend of mine and laid it on there. Well, one day I was going through the boxes of paperwork, and I found who the skull belongs to. I actually have the photo of the lady who the skull is the lady. And I found an article from the New Orleans insane asylum of this female and what her issues were, and that they actually did the autopsy on her. So they're the ones who did the cuts. Yeah. So I've got that half partial cut. There's probably 4 more pieces of her skull spread across the world somewhere. And, yeah, that is the most interesting piece I've got. And I hate that I dipped her and had crystals made on her, but then again, I'm all about beautifying things that would be morbid and scary to somebody. And she actually looks really nice.
That's awesome.
That's a good story. That is a pretty touching story there. I mean, so the insane asylum cut her up? Like what?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Was that post-mortem or before? Like, did they perform a lobotomy or something?
Oh, no. She passed away. And they even have the times. Like, she had passed at 2:30-something a.m., and they started the autopsy at 3 a.m. And, I mean, they have legit notes on her.
That's what's up.
How did she pass away again? Did she...
Now, that they didn't say.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like,
that's
in
not,
insane
yeah,
asylum,
that's
she
not
passed
documented.
away. How old was she?
She was 34.
Man, like, you're in a insane asylum,
Yeah.
34, you die. I don't think that's gonna be natural causes, man. I think something happened to her. I have a funny feeling
Of course.
about that. You think suicide, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, if anybody could come up with some type of theory, and honestly, it's not documented, so I wouldn't know. I mean, they could have killed her. There's no telling.
Yeah, that is also true, man. The insane asylums back in the day, there was no oversight. They could do whatever.
They were bad.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what led
Yeah,
them
I've
to
read
close
some
down.
brutal
Up to whoever.
That's what led to them getting closed down. You know, it's like, God dang. I mean, they served their purpose. They just needed oversight. Damn it. Anyway.
I mean, these are people that believed in, lobotomies. They figured that they could scramble someone, and make them normal. And, come to think of it, this skull does have signs of lobotomy tracks.
Oh,
And what that is they have a spike in the eye. There's a part of the brain that makes that behavior issue.
Yeah. How in the world anyone thought, let's just jam this ice pick thing in your eye. Let's just do that. Scramble your brain. You know what's gonna fix your brain? Scrambling your brain.
Well, it was the time before modern medicine, and we knew better. So it was pretty much like you said, Deadman. It's like these people had free reign over their facility. There was no kind of external oversight to keep it in check, so they just did whatever.
Right. Right.
Pretty intense when you think about it. Like, that's funny though. She did have signs of lobotomy. I don't know why I thought of that, but I'm like, I wonder.
Yeah. That is a good
Have
one.
somebody drug.
I want to ask you, but it seems like you'd be hard pressed on this one. Like, is there another remain that you have that has a kind of similar story, or is this one like stands out?
This one stands out the most. I mean, the only other cool thing that I have gotten is this child's viewing casket. When I was cleaning it out, fluffing everything up, I heard the pillow crickle, and within the pillow was an actual receipt to the casket made and designed for this child in 1889. So I have that. That's really the only other cool thing that I have to make something original.
Oh wow, man.
Yeah.
Damn, like you have so much stuff and the lore and the stories from it. It's like you're a story collector in a way, but of like of real stuff, like, personal lives. They've just passed on.
That's really what I look for. If you get anything from an estate sale, it's gonna have a story. It's gonna have a piece of article because a physician owned it. A medical personnel owned it. So, and usually medical personnel will have some type of form of education piece to it or identification to it. That's why I love estate sales, because you're going to get the whole package. Now, I can get online and buy skulls all day long that have no stories, that have no paperwork. And of course, anybody can come up with a curiosity story. Just makes that piece really cool. But I go for the actual story. I'm all about freak show type stuff.
Man, I like that. The story is the draw. Kind of. Well, I guess the site is the draw, but the story is what people stay for, right? I mean, that...
Yeah.
Do you know how the kid died that you had the coffin from?
No, I do not. Oh, I'm sorry. The 27-year-old. Viago? You're talking about the corpse that I have?
Well, no, you said you had like a child's coffin or something.
The viewing casket. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. All I know is that it was built and it was used for viewing. They did stagecoach viewing, so they would go from house to house to house on a stagecoach, and it's a coffin, so it's a box that they lay you in and they put the lid on you. It doesn't swing open or anything. It's fastened, and it's got a sight glass so you can look in. And next thing, I mean, from what I gathered from where it was passed down from haunted house to haunted house, was the story kind of gradually got a little eerie, but supposedly they put her in the ground in one of those iron caskets. And this was borrowed and used a few times from family friends, and then it ended up in in someone's house until an estate sale, and then it was used for haunted houses. Mm-hmm. So whoever had it from house to house to house to haunted house never knew that receipt was in the pillow.
So a viewing casket is that they would actually put a dead person in that and take it from house to house to show people, or am I misunderstanding something?
There's two ways they did it. Back in the day, they set up the funeral at your house. They would bring the wicker casket or the viewing casket, or coffin. Caskets and coffins are different. They would bring the coffin. They would set it up in your living room. They would set the huge curtains in your living room, god-awful ugly curtains, and they would set up a funeral. So the people, your family, your friends would come by, view, look at you, all the good stuff, and then the undertaker, at the time was called an undertaker, they would take everything down from your living room and proceed from there. Or they would travel the the coffin to household to household. That's how they did funerals back in the day. Yep.
Wow.
I don't think embalming came around until the Civil War. So early 1800s, 1900s, I think it was more than that. Actually, no, they were embalming. They just used ice.
So chances are, like, you saw the decay and
I think they were quick about it back in the day. I think they, you buy those big sheets of ice. It's not like these ice makers they have now that just dumps little bitty pieces of cubes. I mean, ice came in sheets. And for what I can remember reading a few things is, they would lay the body on the ice to keep cool, and then they would prepare and put them in the coffin, show it, and then if there was 2 or 3 more days or whatever, they would either surround the coffin with ice or they would take them back out and lay them on the ice. That's what kept them pretty, kept the decay process to slow.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Interesting.
Ooh, man.
So a lot of reading. I'm a funeral history buff.
you
a lot
are.
Of reading.
You are. Okay. Earlier I joked around saying that, hey, this is something that gets the girls their panties wet, and while I was joking, that's not really a joke though. I think you might know about this Girls and Corpses magazine. That thing. Have you seen that before, right?
Yeah. I'm familiar with them. I know they started printing actual magazines. They used to be online, and I do follow them on Facebook and Twitter. I actually only have one printed copy from them that I've liked overall.
I need to get a printed copy. I should.
do.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got a few out now.
The combination, man. I never knew this would be a thing where you combine pretty much Maxim. I mean, is there any nudity? Is there just like Maxim stuff? Like, you know,
there is some nudity, yeah.
Some nudity? Okay. So you get like maybe Playboy level nudities, nudity in some corpses, kind of throw them together?
No. I wouldn't say all that. I mean, it's cinema type. It's
okay.
Movie type, I guess you could say. It's no spread eagle type anything. I mean, it's not a Playboy magazine. It's
okay.
more of a tease. I mean, they got one of they got one of Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon. So you know, it'll have clips of their movie. You know, that's just about how raw as it gets.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it would be kind of like that. It looks like it'd just be kind of like a tease sort of thing, like maybe some side boob or something. But that draw there is like, I never knew that would be a thing. So is that like a fetish? Is there like a
It's got to be a fetish, because I mean, like, these girls look. I'm looking at the picture; they look hot, but you know, they're all over dead things.
Hey.
Well, I mean, there is a field for it. I mean, a buddy of mine does the casket girls, and I mean, there's underground stuff that you know, females naked and all, everything out on some of these these coaches, these funeral coaches in caskets and stuff. You know, I mean, there's a big market for it. It's a fetish.
Oh, nice. I like that fetish.
Yeah,
I got it. It's like awakening something in me. It's interesting. It kind of reminds me of Clerks, like the very first Clerks, you know. And she was just fucking a dead dude and didn't even know it. Oh, man.
There's a few of those movies out there.
Yep. Oh, man. So, I gotta ask you, because you're a married man, does your wife have this fetish? I mean, do you have this fetish? I gotta ask. That's what I do here.
Well, I am a photographer. My wife is a model, and we have done a few gulch fetish shots. So, is it a fetish of mine? It's my wife. We do some role playing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We've broken in my casket a few times. So, and we have been off the market for a little bit because of COVID, but we're slowly getting back into it. So she and I are gonna have a lot of one-on-one time with the hearse and the casket. So we're somewhere right there. I'm going to submit her images into the casket girls and the gold girls. And I mean, hell, I might hit up the dude over here at Girls and Corpses, and we might get busy there.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
Because you could submit your own work.
Oh, that's cool. So
yeah.
Girls and Corpses is still ongoing. Like, I thought they were having some problems. I thought they were gonna like end their print copies. That's something I heard. I think I read that on their website once, but I guess they're okay. I guess they were saved.
I think so. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
Wow, that's good news. And hey, you know me, I wasn't shaming on that fetish. That's cool if you have that. It seems pretty interesting. I mean, to bang in a coffin, that'd be sweet. To bang, oh, damn.
Those got to be collectible too. Those the paper copies of the magazine, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
By now.
Well, I think they will in time. I mean, if you're a fan, because I mean they've got movie characters in there. Like the one I have printed out is I can't remember what volume it is. I think it's 8 or 9, and it's the Sideshow Freaks, because I love the freak stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're familiar with American Horror Story,
mm-hmm.
it was the Freak Show one with Pepper. They actually have a Q&A with her, and it's exclusive. You don't get it anywhere else. So it is kind of a cool thing to own if you're a fan of that kind of stuff, or a particular artist or actor or actress. I mean, they have Q&As in there. So I think it's a pretty established magazine. I mean, they talk to actors and stuff. I mean, like I said, they had Rob Zombie in there and Sherry Moon, and some other people. So I think it's a thriving mag.
Yeah. They definitely have a lot of celebrities in there.
I saw the one cover they had. It was Danny Trejo and Danny Devine. So yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
Oh man. Ooh. So.
I feel like Danny Trejo's a hoe for anything anymore. He just shows up in anything.
Hey. No, he wants to get that check. He needs to get that check, you know? All right, so your photography. Let's talk about that real fast. So how long have you been doing that?
Yep. 20 years. It'll be 21 years here soon.
Man.
I've been doing that for a little too long. I kind of let my wife take that over.
Mm-hmm.
She does much better with the females and the babies than I do. I do more of the car shows, the concerts, and just one-on-ones with families. But
okay. So I mean, but
I do a lot.
That requires a pretty good eye, like a pretty good skill, right? I mean, you can't just take a picture with any camera and it'll just work, right?
Well, I mean, give or take. I mean, some people are good at it just because they're good at it, and some actually went to school for it, took workshops. I mean, I have a little both. And I had to teach myself how to edit and do software. But I mean, yeah, I would have to say you would have to have an eye. I mean, there's an artistic ability there. You would have to have. You can't just click and say, "Yep, there it is." But today people don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so you could take somebody's shitty picture and they're gonna like it. You know what I mean?
Right. You got a question in the chat. Do you do photos for death metal bands?
I'll do photos for any band. Anybody that comes through that wants it done, I do it. I mean, it's mostly freelance. Like, I'll buy the VIP, I will go to the front stage, I will take the pictures, and 9 times out of 10, I'll send them to the manager and let them flop through them. Or I'll just say, screw it, and just post it. And be like, hey, guys, I was there. You couldn't go, so here's the picture. So I got a lot of Taylor Momsen. I got a lot of Marilyn Manson. I got a lot of 9 Inch Nails, just because I paid to be there and I paid the VIP to take pictures up their crotch and their noses, pretty much. But I do a lot of local stuff, a lot of rockabilly, car shows that have no name or bands. I'll be there and take pictures and promo type stuff. They give me $100 and here you go, man. But pretty much anybody that wants to see my ugly mug, I'll take pictures.
Cool. Hey, you really think? I mean, they're paying you for it, so shit, that's good.
Oh yeah, totally. Do as much as you can. That's awesome.
Some do. Not many, but some do.
Now, we talked about this a little bit earlier. I mean, when you talked about haunted stuff, Kybus. But I mean, do you believe in the paranormal? Like, do you believe in that stuff?
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, do you believe in ghosts and spirits and stuff like that?
He's my vampire brother from another mother. You didn't know?
Like, you're a vampire?
Oh, we're going all out now. Huh?
It's okay. Kybus is a vampire.
Yeah.
I'm not a vampire.
Yeah,
I don't drink blood.
he is.
I'm squeamish around blood. I can't handle it. I'm not even joking.
You don't have to drink blood to be a vampire. I know Kybus is a hybrid, and I know he and I connect on an energy level, and he's actually taught me a lot on the sanguine type. But I do consider myself a vampire, and it is on the energy side. And I don't want to mix.
Then I'm a pussy vampire. Go ahead. I'm a pussy vampire. That's what I am. Okay? I have to go for the pussy. That's my thing. Okay.
Okay.
That gives me energy.
So you must. Okay. I don't know what kind of energy that would be, but okay.
Oh, that's pussy energy.
Kybus, that needs to be a new shirt that you do.
Oh God,
pussy energy.
Don't come at me with your pussy energy.
I'm a pussy vampire.
Please do it. Please do it.
I did a stream where I drank this energy drink called Pussy. By the way, they really do have an energy drink called Pussy. It's a real thing.
Of course they do.
And
Why wouldn't they?
Well, it's an energy drink. I'm familiar with it. I actually know of it before it was big. There's a strip joint in Austin, Texas that sold that by the bottle. And I have a picture of it. I'll send it to you.
Wow.
Yes, it is pink.
One more can. I have one more can in my fridge. Okay.
It's a glass bottle. It's pink. It's got a chick up on it. It is pussy. And the way they gave it to you was $5 for a lap dance, and then they would say, "Do you want some pussy?" And I mean, come on, man. They're grinding on you, and you think you're getting lucky for $5? Hell yeah, I want some pussy. Then they give you this bottle, and it's pussy. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, it's an energy drink. You want some pussy? And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna tell you something. It is the nastiest shit. It is gross. I didn't drink it. I spit it out, and I kept the bottle. And now they come out with the cans, and it can't be any better because it ain't out of a glass bottle.
I drink it all, but it was pretty bad. It was
it's bad.
It didn't. You know what though? It doesn't taste like tuna. It doesn't taste like fish. It doesn't taste like fish.
No, it's not that type of pussy.
JC, you do realize pussy's not supposed to taste like that, right?
Maybe the chicks like down have a UTI. I don't know. Maybe I like it extra sweaty. What can I say? You know, I say I'm not going down until they start doing some yard work. You know, start mowing the yard on during the hot summer days. That's when I go down. It needs to be extra sweaty, yeasty beastie. I need to smell that thing through the clothing.
And that was the last time.
Hold on now. You're sporting a beard now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Dude, no, man. No, please, no, man. You be smelling that shit for months. Don't ever.
Get high off the fumes.
God.
You know, on the subject.
You don't want to see me on camera. I'm turning red. No, I'm kidding.
On the subject, I don't remember the details clearly, but there is a beer. There's literally a beer made out of fermented. It's made out of yeast from pussy. I'm not shitting you. There is literally a beer that's made out of that stuff.
That sounds just.
I don't even think I believe you, but I don't think I want to Google that. I don't want to see image of this process.
They use a supermodel They used her yeast. It's like $100 a bottle.
What would he fucking do, dog? I don't care if it's like yeast from Kanye West's wife or something.
Kim Kardashian?
How the fuck do you do that? You scrape it with a fucking butter knife or something? Good God.
Oh, why do you put that mental image in my mind, John? Jeez. Oh God.
I gotta.
What about Belle Delphine?
Beer
made from her yeast. That'd be nice. Huh?
Oh man. I can't remember the name of it. Oh my God, what was it called? Now I'm curious. Shit. It's been years ago since I talked about it. Yeah. It's made out of like vagina weeds or some shit. Anyway, but okay, we can move on to less dirty topic. It was called the Order of Yanni. The Order of Yanni. That's the company name. Yeah. Anyway, there's something else I want to ask you about. If you know about this, it's a ritual and with some like Japanese monks back in the day of a suicidal process. God, I'm gonna butcher this. Soku Shinbutsu. I don't know if I said that right. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
That's when you talk about when the Buddhists turn to mummies while they're still alive.
Yeah.
I've heard of this. Now, the reason why I know is because I watch a lot of late night TV documentary kind of stuff. and I was kind of zoning in and out. I was kind of watching one of those things. I mean, it's interesting, and like I said, I'm there. People have their beliefs, and I believe in that people have their beliefs. So, I mean, yeah, why not? Why can't you go to a meditative state and die and mummify while you're possibly still alive? Now, supposedly, they found one, and he was, like, still alive after so many thousands of years. I don't think so. I think somebody was...
I heard about that, too, and I'm like, yeah, that's... No.
That's the story. Shit. That's what they tell you, but we know that's not true. There's no way. But it's a nice story, bro. But, yeah. Apparently, they eat a diet of like pine needles. Their diet is like of pine needles and resins and seeds.
Wait, when they're trying to like mummify themselves, or
do this process?
That sounds like that would do it.
3,000 days to like 10 years. They'll spend eating a very strict diet. I caught Moku Jiku Gayo, if it's Japanese, sorry. It translates
all
to
this foreign stuff.
I am well, leave it to me. But it translates to eating a tree. So they eat pine needles. They eat pine needles in probably bark, maybe. I don't know, but it's imagine doing that. Like that's a weight loss really right gross. There.
Well, no wonder they turned into a tree.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. You turn into what you eat, right? I was always told that. My grandmother would always get on to me by eating all the potato chips. You're gonna turn into a potato. It's like, no, I'm not. And now I'm fat and bloated. Shit.
You potato.
Yeah,
yep. I fucking bitch gets to prove it too. And lose those things. But yeah, they would do this. This was a process. This was real stuff. They eliminate all the fat, and it would stop drinking fluids, shrink all their organs. That's hardcore, man. The other reason why I want to talk about this is because there might. Do you think there's a chance in your lifetime you can come across something like this?
I mean, me probably not. That's going to be an archaeologist find. Now. Yeah, do I want to spend the thousands of dollars and take one out of somebody's collection? Probably not. I would rather it sit in a museum or let some medical research facility dissect them and see if that's really the case. I mean, we've got questions. Somebody's going to want answers. Do you turn into a tree if you eat a tree? I'd want to know. But
I just say that we need you to start eating byproducts of trees for 15 years and let us know what happens.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go on a diet of pine needles, strictly pine needles, pine needles and beer. So I'm not gonna cut out the beer.
Yeah, of course not.
Well then, will your body to me. That way I can have you, and then we'll just go from there.
Hey, this is only the first day. You already want my body? Oh man, look at that.
Hey,
I'm not drunk enough to say yes.
It's all money time.
But yeah, someone in the chat said, "Why is the mummy wearing shades? Because the Japanese mummy is wearing shades." I don't know. I guess
he's a vampire mummy.
To look cool.
That's why.
That's why. Oh man. All right. Got to be serious. All right. Being that you're so close and comfortable with everything macabre, it's macabre, right? Like the way that's pronounced, macabre, and macabre. I don't know. I was just saying macabre. You have to have a favorite horror movie. What is your favorite horror movie?
Ooh. What's my favorite organ? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, horror movie.
Horror movie.
But also, what is your favorite organ?
What is your favorite organ?
My favorite organ.
That might be the next question.
Well, since that's what I heard, it would be the brain for many reasons. No, I haven't tasted it yet, but So my horror movie would be of. Go ahead.
Have you eaten human before?
No, I have not.
Really?
Now ask me if I would.
You got to try. It's pretty good.
I would try it. Oh, you've tried it.
No, I'm just
You
joking.
eat your own fingers? It doesn't work like that. I'm talking about cooked brains with fava beans. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh. I don't know if you want to go cook
I would
brains
try
though. That I hear that's where you get the what do they call that protein that kind of like fucks up your brain. I hear that's where you get that I forgot what they call it. But you might want to go first with like the buttocks, maybe get some bacon, human bacon. You know, start slow.
No, because it's not bacon. It's potato chips. Remember? I don't want to eat somebody else's potato chips after they've eaten them.
Well, it's Kim Kardashian's. I might take hers. You know.
Gosh.
I think that's some cone. Wait, which ass are we talking about? Live or dead?
Kanye's or Kim's?
Oh man. Okay.
We got it.
Okay. So favorite horror movie.
Horror movie. Let's see. Oof. Porn?
Porn?
Which
Horror
one?
movie.
You like
Horror
porn?
movie.
Horror movie. Horror movie.
WH or just H?
Just H.
Horror.
Oh, okay. See, I'm all about. Okay.
Hey, you want your
my
favorite
favorite
porn?
one
You
is
do that
gonna be-
too. I mean,
Just answer the
we're
horror
trying to
question,
save-
okay? And then we'll ask you about your favorite horror porn.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, all of the Jason flicks, all of the Freddy Krueger flicks, all of the 80s horror flicks, I'm all about that shit. I don't like the new age crap. I don't like the sci-fi shit. I like the stuff that freaks your dreams out. That's it.
I like that. So you like
Just like that.
like the old school like slasher shit, that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
love
that stuff too.
Halloween.
I dig that. I dig that stuff.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite horror
Like
porn?
Anything Liz Vicious.
Liz
Usually
Vicious.
Liz Vicious. Okay.
Liz Vicious. She that's just
Oh.
the goth.
Yeah, that was the goth chick that was on the cover of the. Yeah. Let me go ahead and pull up an
Yeah,
image of her.
yeah.
That's safe for work. That one's not safe for work. That has a dick
There-
behind her. Let me pull up this one. This one.
Thanks for giving it away, JC.
This one's safe for YouTube. This one has a panty shot. This channel's already demonetized for sexually gratifying content anyway. Not for the reason why you might think. But I'm just pretty much embracing it now. So
Oh my
let's do
God.
this one. This
Yeah.
one has a panty shot. That's kind of blurry.
It's just funny how you say that, JC. It's like I would show you this picture, guys, but there's a giant cock behind her.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't like that shit. She doesn't like them. She likes them small and crooked.
Well,
She's not ruined about
it is kind of a small dick.
I'm crooked.
It's,
Sounds
Yeah.
like,
it's riding up her ass cheek. It's not going into her. So I mean, I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, let me pull up this image here.
Sorry, Mom.
like,
Is your
like
mom
some
watching?
small and,
Oh, your mom's not watching this one.
gee.
There you go.
You did tag me in it. It's on my wall, so anybody can watch it.
Well, you know,
Hi,
that
Mom.
happens.
I am a dirty, dirty man, but I am very respectful, very responsible, and I love my community very much. But we all have a dirty mind behind closed doors, I guess you could say.
We do.
Well,
we do.
mine's wide open now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's not a good one. Not a good one.
He said she
Shit.
likes them small and crooked. I was gonna say it sounds like Alona.
Oh man.
That's an inside joke. I'll tell you later, JC.
Okay. Either way, it was funny. Oh, there we go. This one's good. This is a good one. Yeah.
Okay,
So
tattooing her-
anything with her.
or
Anything
back.
with Liz Vicious. Okay. All right, man. I gotta
I
do
have
some
to-
research later on tonight after this show. Gotta do some research.
Research.
Yeah, I gotta find out.
Oh Lord.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to see whether or not he's telling the truth that she likes small and crooked. or she likes big and long, big and fat. Gotta do.
I think it's her boyfriend. I think it's her boyfriend that's in most of or all of those. I don't think I've ever seen it with a different person. And I think that's why I like her. I think I have more respect because she's not that way. So I guess whore was the wrong term to use.
She has a Reverb Nation account. Does she play guitar? Does she play music?
Who, me?
No, Liz Vicious. She has a Reverb Nation account. I found that out just now. Usually people use that to like upload music that they self-produced.
I think so. I'll have to check that out. That's new news to me. Thank you.
Hey, no problem. I'm just looking around right now.
Doing what I do. Noise with music in the background. That's all it turns out to be.
She makes her own porn music. Fuck yeah.
All right, here's that image too. The guys watch it. Oh, I can't show that one for too long. That has a nip slip. Sorry, gotta take that one down. Right. Anyway, oh man, that was good. Okay, we're kind of here at the end here of the show. I try to keep it an hour now people like it an hour. Anything longer, they're like, what happened? Oh,
yeah,
man.
I got you.
Jon Goddie, it was great talking to you, man. I knew this show was going to be fun. I was like, man, this guy's into death. This is going to be great. We should shoot the show.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
It was good having you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm definitely enjoyed having you on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, press the like button, share, subscribe. This show definitely needs your support. Like and share, man. We talked to all sorts of great guests. And Jon Goddie was great. Share it around. Spread around. And make sure to tag him so that his mom knows what he talks about. I'm messing. And hey, but if you get any flack, tell him that MrDeadman made you do it. You could always blame me. You blame me for everything. Okay, that's fine.
Blame me too. I'm in California. He's actually in Texas, so you might want to just blame me.
California's gonna sink eventually. Hopefully one day. We're just waiting on that day. Sorry. Anyway, guys, ladies, y'all take it easy. Have a good one.